Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Or, if you're new here, a huge welcome. I am so excited you're here with me today for this pick-a-card reading. It's all about uncovering some hidden truths, and I'm just thrilled to share it with you. So, make yourself comfy, grab a drink, and let's dive into what Spirit wants to reveal. This is a safe space, so feel free to just relax and get ready to receive. Today's reading is extra special because we're not just looking at surface-level stuff. We're going deep, like really deep, to see what Spirit is trying to tell you about the person on your mind. What are their hidden potentials? What's influencing their path? It's going to be insightful, maybe a little surprising, but definitely empowering. I'm really excited to see what comes through, and I hope you are too. Let's get into these piles. So, for our first pile, we have the Jade butterfly, and this is all about awakening. Spirit is whispering about transformation and embracing newfound beauty and freedom. Next up, we have the Opal Tower. Oh, this one's gorgeous. It's about glimmers of truth, unveiling hidden parts of their inner world, like a kaleidoscope of emotions. Then we have the Citrine tree for our third pile, and this is empowering, all about the seeds of abundance and their capacity for growth. And finally, we have the Moonstone raw crystal, which is all about grounding and echoes of the past. This is about unearthing the foundations of their journey. Okay, so take a deep breath, clear your mind, and let your intuition guide you. Which crystal are you most drawn to? Don't overthink it, just go with your gut. Close your eyes for a moment and make a wish. Trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be. It's okay to check multiple piles. Take what resonates. I can't wait to see you in your reading. Okay, so you picked the Jade butterfly, which, I mean, how gorgeous is that, right? It's all about awakening, and that's really the theme here. This feeling of whispers of transformation, of shedding the old to find beauty and freedom, and oh my gosh, this reading is already feeling so exciting. So, the first card we have is the Magician, and what does the Magician represent, right? Potential, all the tools are there, ready for you to use. Seeing this with the Jade butterfly makes me feel like this is about waking up to your own potential, like realizing you have everything you need inside of you to make some serious changes. It's like that moment when you suddenly see all the possibilities laid out before you. You know, it's not just dreaming about it, but actually seeing how you can make it real. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, I love this card. She is all about confidence, passion, and just owning your power. So, it's not just about having the potential like the Magician, it's about stepping into that power, embracing your inner fire. It's about having that confidence to actually take action, and that's so huge, you know? This is where that awakening from the Jade butterfly really starts to manifest. It's like you've woken up, you see what you can do, and now you're just radiating that energy outwards, just owning it. This is you being magnetic, attracting everything you want into your life because you believe you deserve it. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? We also have the Ten of Wands. Now, this card can sometimes feel a bit heavy, right? It's about burdens, responsibilities, feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom here. I think it's more about what you need to release before you fully step into that transformation, you know? It's like you're shedding the old to embrace the new, and sometimes that means letting go of things that are weighing you down. It could be old beliefs, old habits, old relationships. Whatever it is, it's time to lighten your load so you can truly fly. So, with the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Wands all together, it's like you are waking up to your power, embracing your confidence, and releasing what no longer serves you. It's a process, it's a journey, and it's going to be so worth it. Oh my gosh, the Sun. Wow, that's amazing. I am so excited you got the Sun card. I mean, after all that releasing with the Ten of Wands, the Sun is pure joy and success. It's like everything's coming up roses, you know? It's the universe saying, yes, you did it. And it makes total sense with everything else we've seen, right? You've got the Magician, all that potential, and then the Queen of Wands, owning your power, and then, yeah, you had to release some stuff, but now, bam, the Sun. It feels like all that hard work is really paying off, and you're stepping into this amazing, bright future. Think about what the Sun represents, right? It's warmth, it's happiness, it's abundance. It's feeling good in your own skin, it's feeling confident about where you're going. It's like, imagine yourself on a sunny day just soaking up all that goodness. Like, that's you right now, that's your life, that's your energy, that's what's in store, you know? So, what does that look like practically? Maybe it's a new relationship that just feels easy and joyful. Or maybe it's a creative project that's finally taking off and bringing you so much fulfillment. Or maybe it's just a feeling of contentment and gratitude for everything you already have. Seriously, the sun is about celebrating those wins, big and small. Don't be afraid to just bask in this positivity, you know? Like, really let it sink in and appreciate how far you've come. You've awakened, released, and now you're shining. This is huge. You've totally earned this moment to celebrate and enjoy all the good things coming your way. And I am so excited to see what's next, because this journey is only getting better and better. But wow, like enjoy the sun, feel the warmth. I feel like the next card will show us how to really harness this sun energy going forward. Okay, wow, the Eight of Pentacles. See, I feel like after the sun, it's like, okay, but how do we keep that amazing energy flowing, right? It's not just like magically sunshine and rainbows forever. The Eight of Pentacles is all about dedication, about honing your skills, about putting in the work. But like in a good way, you know? Not in a Ten of Wands, carrying through it off-the-world way. I think, in this case, it's about consciously choosing to dedicate yourself to something that brings you joy, something that supports that sun energy. Remember the Magician? All that potential. This is like finally picking one of those tools and really mastering it. It's like taking that seed of possibility and nurturing it, watering it, giving it all your attention so it can fully bloom, you know? And then with the Queen of Wands, like, she's already confident and passionate, but the Eight of Pentacles is like, she's also a master of her craft. She's not just winging it, she's putting in the hours, she's perfecting her skills, and that's what makes her so magnetic, you know? She's not just faking it till she makes it, she's actually making it because she's dedicated to being the best version of herself. So, like, practically speaking, what could this look like? Maybe it's finally committing to that online course you've been eyeing, or maybe it's setting aside time each day to work on your art, or maybe it's just like really focusing on improving your communication skills in your relationships. It's about finding that one thing that lights you up and then putting in the effort to become truly amazing at it. Like seriously dedicating yourself to becoming a master of your own joy. How cool is that? It's all clicking together like the Jade butterfly showed. You are waking up to your potential, embracing your confidence, releasing what doesn't serve, basking in the sun's glow, and now you're actively crafting your dream life, piece by piece, with intention and dedication. Wow. I am so excited to see what the final card reveals, because I feel like it's going to show us the bigger picture of all this focused effort, like, what's the ultimate goal here? Okay, so, oh my gosh, the Five of Swords. Okay, so don't freak out, right? Sometimes this card can look a little harsh, but honestly, I think it's showing up here to give you a heads up, you know? It's like, okay, you're doing all this amazing work, you're shining bright, but there might be some, like, little battles along the way. You know what I mean? It's not about losing or winning, really, I don't think, but it's more about, like, choosing your battles wisely. So, remember how the Jade butterfly is all about awakening? I think this is about waking up to the fact that not everyone is going to be happy for your success. And that's okay, you know. Like with the Queen of Wands energy, you're so confident and radiant, it might like trigger some people, right? And the Five of Swords is kind of saying, hey, just be aware that there might be some conflict, some people trying to bring you down. But it doesn't have to define you, you know? This isn't about letting them win. Think of it this way, like, you're working so hard on your craft with the Eight of Pentacles, you're putting in the hours, you're perfecting your skills, and then someone comes along and tries to, like, undermine your work or steal your ideas. Right? So frustrating. But the Five of Swords is also about, like, not getting caught up in the drama. It's about recognizing when a situation is just, like, not worth your energy, you know? Like, sometimes the best thing you can do is just walk away. It's kind of like you've got this amazing sun energy, this bright, joyful life. Do you really want to waste it fighting with someone who's just trying to bring you down? Probably not. So, practically speaking, what does this look like? Maybe it's setting boundaries with toxic people in your life. Or maybe it's learning how to detach from drama at work. Or maybe it's just like being really clear about your values and not compromising them, even when it's difficult. It is also like, maybe you don't have to engage with every single comment online, you know? Not every opinion needs a response. It's about saving your energy for what really matters. Your goals, your passions, your joy. The important thing is to not let these little battles derail you from your path. This Five of Swords is teaching that you are not here to win every argument, but you are here to create a beautiful life. Wow, I wonder what the last card will say about dealing with this. Okay, so the High Priestess, oh my gosh, like, what a card, right? After dealing with that Five of Swords energy, all that potential conflict, this feels like a major course correction, you know? It's like, okay, before you go out there and battle everyone, check in with yourself first. Remember that Jade butterfly, that awakening. This is about awakening to your own inner knowing, that quiet voice inside that always knows the truth, you know? It's like the Five of Swords is all up in your head, analyzing everything, strategizing, trying to win, but the High Priestess is like, SHHH, be still, listen. It's about trusting your intuition, even when it doesn't make logical sense. It's about tapping into that deeper wisdom that's beyond the surface level stuff, you know? Think about it this way, with the Magician, you have all the tools, all the potential, right? But the High Priestess is like, okay, but how do you know which tools to use and when? She's the one who guides you, who whispers the secrets, who helps you see beyond the obvious, you know? And the Queen of Wands, she's confident and fiery, but the High Priestess is like, okay, but is that fire aligned with your true purpose? Is it coming from a place of authenticity? She helps you make sure that your actions are aligned with your soul, you know? So, practically speaking, what does this look like? Maybe it's taking some time each day for meditation or journaling, you know? Just to quiet your mind and connect with your inner self. Or maybe it's paying attention to your dreams because they often hold clues to your subconscious. Or maybe it's just learning to trust your gut feelings, even when everyone else is telling you something different. It's about honoring that inner voice and letting it guide you, especially when things get tough, you know. It feels like, with all this energy, the universe is really pushing you to, go deeper, to trust yourself, and to remember that you have all the answers you need inside of you. Don't let the external noise distract you from your own inner wisdom. Trust your intuition, and you'll navigate those conflicts with grace and come out stronger on the other side. What an awesome place to be. Okay, so the Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting, right? This card is like bam. Action, focus, and just going for it, you know? It's like all that preparation, all that inner work, all that releasing, it's all led to this moment where you're just ready to charge forward with confidence and clarity. Remember that Magician card? All that potential. Well, the Knight of Swords is finally choosing your weapon and using it with skill and precision. It's not just about having the tools, it's about knowing how to use them effectively, you know? And the Queen of Wands, she's confident, she's fiery, but the Knight of Swords adds that element of strategic action. It's not just about radiating energy, it's about directing that energy towards a specific goal. It's like, you know exactly what you want, and you're not afraid to go get it, you know? Even with that Five of Swords energy lurking around, this knight isn't backing down. They see the challenges, they acknowledge them, but they don't let them stop them. They're like, okay, I see you, but I'm still going for it, you know? And that High Priestess energy, that intuition, it's guiding the knight, making sure they're on the right path, that their actions are aligned with their truth. It is like that inner voice is their compass, helping them navigate any obstacles that come their way. So, practically speaking, what does this look like? Maybe it's finally launching that project you've been working on, or having that difficult conversation you've been putting off, or taking a leap of faith and pursuing your dreams, you know. It's about trusting your instincts and taking decisive action, even when it feels scary. Because the Knight of Swords isn't afraid of a little risk. They know that the greatest rewards come from taking bold steps. It's all coming together, like that Jade butterfly. It's all about that awakening, right? You've awakened to your potential, you've embraced your power, you've released what no longer serves you, you've basked in the sun's glow, you've honed your craft, and now you're ready to charge forward and create the life you've always dreamed of. This is your moment to shine, to take action, to be bold, and to trust that you have everything you need inside of you to succeed. Like seriously, go get it. I am so excited for you. Okay, so for you guys who picked the Opal Tower, which by the way is all about awakening, prepare for some glimmers of truth because Spirit is totally unveiling some hidden facets about this person's inner world, like a kaleidoscope of emotions and intuitive insights just waiting to be expressed. It's so cool. Okay, so first up we have the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and the High Priestess. What a start. Okay, so the Six of Wands, right? This card is like victory, public recognition, feeling accomplished. I feel like this person, like whoever they are to you, they've achieved something significant, something that's put them in the spotlight. They might be riding high on a recent success, feeling really good about themselves, you know. Like people are acknowledging their talents and abilities and they're loving it. But it's not just about ego. It's about genuine accomplishment, something they've worked really hard for. But then we have the Lovers. And this card isn't just about romantic love, okay? It's about choices, partnerships, harmony. So like, this person might be facing a really important decision in their relationships, or maybe even in their business partnerships. It could be a choice between two different paths, two different people, two different opportunities. And it's not an easy choice, you know? It's something that requires deep thought and consideration and like aligning with their values. And then, bam. We have the High Priestess. This card is all about intuition, mystery, and inner wisdom. So, like, this person has a really strong connection to their intuition, even if they don't always listen to it. They have this deep well of knowledge and understanding within them, and they're being called to tap into it. I feel like they know the right path deep down, but they might be ignoring it, or maybe they're afraid to trust it. This card is saying, like, listen to your gut. Your intuition is your superpower. So, like putting it all together, I feel like this person is experiencing this moment of external success, right? But they're also at this crossroads in their relationships, and they need to look inward for guidance. It's like the external validation is great, but it's not the whole story, you know? The Lovers and the High Priestess are saying that there's a deeper journey happening here, a journey of self-discovery and aligning with their true path. They might be feeling pulled in different directions, but their intuition is the compass that's going to lead them where they need to go. This is so exciting, and I can't wait to dive deeper. Okay, so next up we have the Four of Swords. Wow. So this card, like, it's about rest, contemplation, and like needing to recharge. So like, after all that success and those big decisions, this person might be feeling totally burnt out, you know? Like, they've been pushing themselves so hard, and now their mind and body are just screaming for a break. Or like maybe they're using this rest as a way to avoid something, like those tough choices from the Lovers card, you know? Like maybe they're hiding from the decision. It's like the universe is saying, hey, slow down, you can't keep going at this pace. Especially with that Opal Tower energy, right? Awakening needs space, you know? You can't awaken if you're burnt out all the time. I'm also seeing that it could be a period of healing, you know? Like, maybe something has happened that's left them feeling wounded or drained, and they need to, like, retreat inward to recover. Think of it like this, right? You know, when you've been, like, working nonstop on a project, and you finally finish it, and all you want to do is collapse on the couch and binge-watch TV. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here, but on a deeper level. It's not just physical exhaustion, it's mental and emotional exhaustion too. And the swords, because there are 4 of them, right? They represent thoughts, so, like, their mind might be racing with all these different ideas and worries, and they just need to quiet the noise and find some peace. But I'm also wondering if this rest is actually avoidance, you know? Like, are they using this downtime to avoid making a tough decision or facing a difficult situation? Maybe they're scared of what will happen if they actually confront their problems, so they're just, like, choosing to stay in this state of, like, suspended animation. It's like, if I don't move, nothing can go wrong, you know? But, like, that's not really living, is it? This rest period could be preparing them for something big, right? Maybe they need this time to gather their strength and clarity before they move forward. Or it could be a warning sign that they're on the wrong path and they need to reevaluate their choices. Wow, this is really getting juicy, right? I wonder what's coming up next. Okay, so, now we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh wow, okay. This card is, often about feeling left out, hardship, and sometimes even financial difficulties, you know? It's giving a very different vibe from the Six of Wands, right? It's almost the opposite, isn't it? So, maybe all that success from the Six of Wands, maybe it wasn't as fulfilling as it seemed, you know? Or maybe it came at a cost. Maybe in achieving that victory, this person, sacrificed something important, or someone got left behind. Maybe they're starting to feel the weight of that, especially with the need for rest from the Four of Swords. I'm wondering if this feeling of being left out is connected to the Lover's card, right? That big decision, that choice they have to make, maybe whatever choice they make, it's going to leave someone feeling abandoned or excluded, you know? And that's really weighing on them. It's no matter which path they choose, someone's going to get hurt, and they're feeling super helpless about it. Or maybe it's more literal, right? The Five of Pentacles can sometimes mean, actual financial worries. Maybe this person is stressed about money, or resources, or feeling insecure about their material possessions. Maybe that success from the Six of Wands was fleeting, and now they're facing some, real-world challenges. It could even be that they're feeling unsupported, they don't have the resources they need to navigate this difficult time. But okay, wait, it's not all doom and gloom, right? Even in the Five of Pentacles, there's, a glimmer of hope. I feel this card is also a call to, ask for help. To reach out to others and not try to go through this alone. Remember that Opal Tower energy? Awakening? Maybe this hardship is, a catalyst for them to realize they need to lean on their support system. It's a chance to build deeper connections and, receive the love and support they deserve. This isn't the end, it's just a bump in the road. And I am so excited to see what comes next because this is getting so intense. Okay, so, now we have the Death card, whoa, right? This isn't, actual physical death, so don't freak out, okay? It's all about transformation, endings, and, new beginnings. It's a major arcana, so this is huge. So, this Death card, it's showing up after all that stuff with the Five of Pentacles, that feeling of being left out in the cold, and the Four of Swords needing that rest. This is, saying that something has to end, right? Something's gotta give. That period of rest, it can't last forever. And maybe that feeling of being left out. Maybe that's because something in their life is, dying, you know? An old version of themselves, or an old relationship pattern, or even just an old way of thinking. It's the universe is saying, okay, time to clear out the deadwood. And this card is so powerful because it's not just about gentle change, right? It's a total demolition. Whatever isn't serving them anymore is getting, ripped away so that something new can be built. But, I mean, it can be scary, right? Endings are never easy, even if they're necessary. This card could be showing up because they're resisting change, you know? They're clinging to something that's already dead, or they're afraid of what's going to happen if they let go. But the Death card is saying that holding on is only going to cause more pain. It's time to surrender to the process and trust that something better is on the other side. Remember that big decision from the Lovers? Maybe the Death card is hinting that one of those paths has to die so the other can flourish. It's a tough choice, but it's a necessary one. And with the Opal Tower energy, that awakening, this card is supercharging that awakening, right? It's the universe is giving them a massive nudge to wake up and step into their true power. This could be a really intense time for them, but it's also a time of huge potential, you know? I'm seriously feeling that this Death card could also relate to their intuition, right? The High Priestess. Maybe they've been ignoring their inner voice for too long, and now it's demanding to be heard. It could be that they need to let go of old beliefs or thought patterns that are blocking their intuition, you know? They need to shed their old skin in order to fully connect with their inner wisdom. I'm seriously on the edge of my seat. I can't even imagine what's coming up next. Okay, so, now we have the Hierophant, whoa. What does this mean in the middle of all this chaos and transformation, you know? This card is, all about tradition, institutions, and, adhering to the rules, you know? So, after the Death card, this is, a total curveball, right? I'm like immediately wondering if this person is like seeking guidance from traditional sources during this time of upheaval. Like maybe they're turning to religion or like a mentor or some kind of established authority figure for answers, you know. With that high priestess energy, I'm like wondering if they're struggling between their own intuition and what they're being told by these external sources. It's like a battle between their inner wisdom and like societal expectations, you know? Maybe they're feeling pressured to conform to certain norms or beliefs, even if it doesn't feel right to them deep down. Remember that Lover's card? That big decision? Maybe the Hierophant is like representing the traditional path, the one that's expected of them, versus the path that their heart is actually pulling them towards. I'm also thinking like, with that Five of Pentacles energy of feeling left out, maybe they're feeling alienated from their community or their family because they're questioning these traditions. Like maybe they're afraid of being judged or ostracized if they don't follow the rules, you know? It's like, are they seeking comfort in tradition, or is tradition stifling their growth? This could also be about their career, right? Maybe they're feeling stuck in a job or a field that's, like, very traditional and structured, and they're longing for something more creative or fulfilling. But they're afraid to break free because they don't want to lose the security and stability that comes with it. The Hierophant is making me wonder if their awakening relates to realizing they have to choose to follow what feels true to them, even if it is non-traditional. And the Opal Tower energy, that awakening. I'm feeling like this card is challenging them to question those traditions and beliefs, you know? Like, to really examine why they believe what they believe and whether it's truly aligned with their values. It's like, are they blindly following the rules, or are they making conscious choices about what they want to believe in? The Hierophant is a call to seek guidance, but be sure that guidance aligns with their inner truth. I can't wait to see what's coming up next. Okay, wow, so after all that, right? We finally get the King of Swords. So, like, basically, this person is facing this huge internal conflict, right? They've achieved success, but it's come at a cost. They're at this crossroads in their relationships, and they're feeling pressured to conform to tradition, even though their intuition is screaming at them to go a different way, you know. And like, now we have the King of Swords, so what does that mean? Okay, so this card is all about, like, intellectual power, clarity, and, like, making decisions based on logic and truth, you know. It's like, after all this emotional turmoil and confusion, this person needs to step back and, like, analyze the situation with a clear head. He's all about cutting through the BS and seeing things as they really are. I'm seeing that this king is also, like, telling them to trust their intellect, you know? They have the ability to make really sound judgments, and they shouldn't let their emotions cloud their decision-making. It's like, okay, you've listened to your intuition, but now it's time to use your brain. But, you know, it's not just about being cold and calculating. The King of Swords is also about, like, being fair and just, you know, it's about using your power and authority to, like, create a better world for everyone, not just yourself. So, how does this all tie together? Well, I feel like this king is, like, the key to resolving this whole conflict, right? Remember that decision from the Lovers. The King of Swords is saying that they need to approach that decision with, like, logic and clarity, you know? They need to weigh the pros and cons, consider all the angles, and make a choice that's based on truth and integrity. And, like, what about that clash between tradition and intuition? The King of Swords is, like, urging them to find a balance, you know? They don't have to blindly follow tradition, but they also don't have to completely reject it. They can use their intellect to, like, discern what's valuable and what's not, and then create their own path forward. This is saying that, like, that awakening from the Opal Tower. It's about integrating their intuition with their intellect, you know? It's about becoming a wise and discerning leader in their own life. It's about owning their power and using it for good. You got this, and this is your time to, like, shine. It's all coming together. Okay, so with this citrine tree energy and what it represents, empowerment, I feel like we're diving into a story, a journey, where you're really recognizing your own capacity, your potential for abundance, right? And Spirit's really shining a light on that, which is so cool. Okay, wow. So first, we have the Five of Cups. This card, it's like, there's this feeling of like, loss, or regret. Maybe you're focusing on what didn't work out or what you think you've lost. You might be dwelling on spilled milk, But hey, look closely because there are still 2 cups standing. It's like you're so focused on the negative that you're missing what's still available to you. Don't wallow, okay? There's still hope, there's still potential. Maybe you feel like a relationship ended, or a job fell through, or an opportunity vanished. But what did you learn from it? What are you still holding on to? And most importantly, what's waiting for you if you just turn around and look? And then, bam, we have the 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is like ultimate happiness, fulfillment, like the whole family is under the rainbow, right? This is that feeling of complete joy, harmony, and connection. This is what's possible for you, okay? This is what Spirit is showing you can achieve. But here's the thing. You can't get to the 10 of Cups if you're still stuck in the energy of the 5 of Cups, right? So this card is like a promise, a vision of what's to come, but you gotta be open to receiving it. It's like, imagine finally having that loving family, that dream job, that perfect home. It's all there, waiting for you to claim it. You deserve this, you really do. But then we have the Tower. Okay, don't freak out. I know, the Tower can be scary. It represents sudden change, upheaval, destruction even. It's like the rug is getting pulled out from under you. But listen, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, things need to fall apart so that something better can be built in its place. The Tower is about breaking down old structures, old beliefs that are no longer serving you. It's like maybe you're clinging to something that's actually holding you back from reaching that 10 of Cups happiness. Maybe a belief system, a relationship, a job, whatever. Think of it this way. The citrine tree, it needs space to grow, right? Sometimes, you have to prune away the dead branches to allow new growth to flourish. The Tower is like that pruning. It's painful in the moment, yeah, but it's ultimately necessary for abundance. So, trust the process, okay? Even though it might feel chaotic and scary right now, know that Spirit is guiding you towards something even better, something more aligned with your true potential. This is all about clearing the path for those seeds of abundance to really take root and blossom. It's going to be okay, I promise. Okay, so after all that, right? The 5 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and then bam, the Tower. It's been a whirlwind, right? But now we have the 4 of Wands. Phew. Okay, so this card, it's like a breath of fresh air, right? It's like you've made it through the storm, and now you're stepping into this space of celebration and just a feeling of well-being, You've created this foundation of stability, and you're surrounded by people who love you. And it's just this feeling of pure joy and gratitude, This could be a literal celebration, a wedding, a graduation, a big accomplishment. But more often than not, it's just this feeling of I'm home, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm supported. After all that upheaval from the Tower, this card is showing you that you've created this oasis for yourself, And you deserve it, you really do. Think of it after clearing away all those old, dead branches, the Tower, right? You've created space for this beautiful garden to grow, and now you get to celebrate all the hard work you put in to make it happen, With that citrine tree energy, it's you've empowered yourself to create this haven, this space of abundance and joy. But here's the thing, right? With the Tower still lingering in the background, it's is this celebration a permanent thing, or is it a temporary pause before the next big shift? I'm kind of feeling it's both, You've definitely created something amazing for yourself, something solid and real, but life is always changing, right? So maybe this 4 of Wands energy is about really soaking in this moment, this feeling of joy and connection, because, even though things might shift again in the future, you'll always have this memory, this feeling to come back to, It's you've built this strong foundation within yourself, this inner sense of security, so that even when the storms come, and they probably will, right? You know that you can weather them, and you can always rebuild, and you can always find your way back to that feeling of home, So yeah, celebrate this moment, enjoy the love and support around you, but also be aware that the journey is still unfolding, and you're ready for whatever comes next, okay? Okay, so, like, after that beautiful Four of Wands moment, but with that, like, little question mark hanging over it, we now have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, okay, so, like, this is huge, right? This card is all about, like, cycles and destiny, and, like, the ever-turning wheel of life, you know? It's like, what goes up must come down, but also, what's down can definitely go back up again. So, like, with this citrine tree energy, this feeling of empowerment and abundance, the Wheel of Fortune is kinda saying that, like, you have the power to influence these cycles, you know? Like, you're not just a passive passenger, you're actually, like, co-creating your reality with the universe. Think about it. The Wheel of Fortune often represents good luck, right? But, like, it's not just random, blind luck. It's about recognizing the patterns in your life, the ebbs and flows, the seasons, and then aligning yourself with those cycles, you know? It's like when you see that things are going well, that's the time to, like, really capitalize on that momentum, to plant those seeds of abundance, so that when the wheel turns and things maybe get a little tougher, you've got something to fall back on, you know? But like on the flip side, when things are feeling down, when you're in that Five of Cups energy, it's about knowing that this too shall pass. Like, the wheel will keep turning and you won't be stuck there forever. It's about holding on to that hope, that faith that things will get better, and using that time to, like, prepare for the upswing, you know? It's like, what lessons can you learn from this difficult time? What changes can you make so that you're better prepared for the next cycle? And, like, remember the Tower? That sudden upheaval. The Wheel of Fortune kinda puts that into perspective, right? Like, the Tower was a big, dramatic event, but it was also just one turn of the wheel. It was a necessary clearing away of the old to make way for the new. And now, after the Four of Wands celebration, it's like the wheel is turning again. So, like, what's next? Is it going to be another upswing, bringing even more joy and abundance? Or is it going to be a little dip, a little challenge to help you grow even stronger? Honestly, I'm kind of feeling like it could be a little bit of both, you know? Like, maybe there's a new opportunity on the horizon, something exciting and fulfilling, but it also comes with its own set of challenges and learning curves. But, like, that's what makes life interesting, right? That's what keeps us growing and evolving. So, yeah, embrace the Wheel of Fortune, embrace the cycles, and know that you have the power to navigate them with grace and resilience. Okay, I'm so excited to see what the final card reveals about all of this. Okay, so after that Wheel of Fortune, bam, we get the Eight of Swords. This card. Like, this card can be a little rough, right? It's all about feeling trapped, restricted, like you're stuck in a situation and you can't see a way out. You know, like, the person in the card is blindfolded and tied up, surrounded by swords, but, like, here's the thing, right? The swords aren't actually touching her. Like, she could probably just step away, you know? But she's so caught up in her own fear and limitations that she doesn't even realize she has the power to escape. So, like, with that citrine tree energy, all about empowerment, this card is like a wake-up call, right? It's like Spirit is saying, hey, you have so much potential for abundance, but you're letting your own thoughts and beliefs hold you back. It's like you're creating your own prison, you know? And, like, that's kinda harsh, but it's also, like, empowering in a weird way, because if you created it, you can also uncreate it, right? Think about it like this. Remember that Five of Cups energy from the beginning? That feeling of loss and regret. Maybe you're still carrying some of that with you, and it's clouding your judgment, making you feel like you're not capable of moving forward. Or maybe the Tower shook things up so much that you're still feeling disoriented and unsure of which direction to go in. And, like, even that beautiful Four of Wands moment, that feeling of celebration and stability, maybe it created a sense of complacency, you know? Like, you got so comfortable in that safe space that you became afraid to step outside of it and take risks. But, like, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, right? So, you can't stay in one place forever. So, like, the Eight of Swords is kinda asking you, what are the limiting beliefs that are holding you back? What are the fears that are keeping you stuck? Are they even real, or are they just stories you're telling yourself? Maybe you're afraid of failure, or rejection, or judgment. Maybe you think you're not good enough, or smart enough, or worthy enough. But, like, those are just thoughts, right? They're not facts. And, like, with that citrine tree energy, you have the power to change those thoughts. You have the power to break free from those self-imposed limitations. It's about taking off the blindfold, untying the ropes and realizing that you are stronger and more capable than you think you are. It's about recognizing that the only thing holding you back is yourself, and that you have the power to choose a different path. Okay, I'm really feeling that this is a major turning point, and I'm so excited to see what the final card reveals about how you can actually break free and step into your full potential. Okay, so, after that Eight of Swords reality check, right? We get the Emperor. Whoa, okay, so, this is interesting. So, the Emperor, he's all about structure, authority, control, you know? He's like the ultimate father figure, the one who sets the rules and keeps everything in order. So, with that citrine tree energy, and everything we've seen so far, this could mean a couple of things, right? On one hand, the Emperor could be about taking control of your own life, stepping into your power and creating the structure and stability you need to achieve your goals, you know. It's after feeling so trapped and limited by the Eight of Swords, the Emperor is okay, enough is enough. It's time to take charge. You've got to, create your own rules, set your own boundaries, and, build a solid foundation for your own success, you know? Think of it like this. The Wheel of Fortune is always turning, right? But the Emperor is about influencing that wheel, about creating some stability in the midst of all that change. It's about being proactive, not reactive, you know? Instead of just waiting for things to happen, you're actually making them happen. But here's the thing, right? The Emperor can also be a little bit rigid, a little bit controlling, a little bit, authoritarian, you know? So, it's important to balance that energy with, compassion and flexibility. It's not about being a dictator, it's about being a leader, you know? Someone who inspires and empowers others, not someone who just bosses them around. Maybe, this is about taking on a leadership role in your own life, in your career, or even in your relationships. But, it's about doing it in a way that's, authentic and aligned with your values, you know? It's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your own inner authority and using it to create positive change in your life and in the world. I'm, really feeling that this is about stepping into your power, but doing it with grace and wisdom, you know. And I'm excited to see how this all plays out in the rest of the reading. Okay, so, after everything we've been through, right? That Five of Cups sadness, that Ten of Cups joy, the Tower shakeup, that Four of Wands celebration, that Wheel of Fortune turning, that Eight of Swords feeling stuck, and then, stepping into your power with the Emperor. It all comes down to this, the Eight of Wands. Oh my gosh. So, this card, it's all about speed, action, movement, you know? It's things are finally happening, things are moving quickly, and you're being propelled forward. So, with that citrine tree energy, that empowerment, this is the universe is giving you the green light, you know? It's saying, go, go, go. Now is the time to take action and manifest your dreams. All those seeds of abundance you've been planting, they're finally starting to sprout, and they're growing really, really fast. Think of it like this. You've done the inner work, you've faced your fears, you've stepped into your power with the Emperor, and now you're ready to, unleash that energy out into the world, you know. It's the Eight of Wands is the manifestation of all that hard work. And it could mean a lot of things, right? It could mean a sudden opportunity comes your way, or you get a burst of inspiration and creativity, or you finally find the courage to take that leap of faith you've been wanting to take. It's everything is aligning, and the universe is conspiring to help you succeed. But here's the thing, right? With the Eight of Wands, things can move really, really fast, so it's important to stay focused and grounded, you know? Don't get overwhelmed by all the activity. Use that Emperor energy to stay organized and in control, and make sure you're making choices that are aligned with your values and your goals. And remember that Wheel of Fortune. The ups and downs of life. The Eight of Wands is a surge of forward momentum, so it's a great time to capitalize on that energy, to push forward with your plans, and to make things happen. But also be aware that the wheel will keep turning, so enjoy the ride, but don't get too attached to the outcome, you know. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and that you're exactly where you need to be. So, yeah, embrace the speed and the excitement of the Eight of Wands, and know that you have the power to create a life of abundance and joy. You've got this. I really, really believe in you. Hello, my friend who chose the Moonstone Raw Crystal. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. This crystal is all about grounding, which is so important when we're dealing with the echoes of the past, which is exactly what Spirit is bringing up for you now. Ancestral wisdom and karmic patterns playing out in your life right now. So let's dive right into what Spirit wants you to know. Okay, so first card we have is the Two of Swords. What's interesting is that this card is often about being at a crossroads, right? Like a major decision needing to be made, but it's also about feeling blocked, like you can't see a way forward. It's almost like you are blindfolded, unable to see the options clearly. And what Spirit is showing me is that this blockage is deeply connected to the past, to those ancestral echoes. Maybe there's a decision you're avoiding because it stirs up old wounds, or maybe you're feeling paralyzed because you're subconsciously repeating patterns from your family history. Like, I'm also getting a sense of maybe a family secret, something hidden that's preventing you from making a clear choice. It could even be a fear of breaking away from tradition, you know? You are at a point where something needs to be decided, but fear is making it impossible. Now, following that, we have the Knight of Wands. So, this is like, whoa, completely different energy. This knight is all about impulsive action, adventure, and just going for it. It's like you want to break free from that indecision, from that blockage. What's interesting here is that it's almost like a reaction to the Two of Swords, like you are so tired of feeling stuck that you just want to charge ahead without thinking. But the thing is, Spirit is showing me this Knight of Wands energy could be a bit reckless right now. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's a risk of making a hasty decision that you might regret later, because it isn't a well-thought-out, grounded choice. And then, finally, we have the Moon. And this card, oh my gosh, this card explains everything. The Moon is all about illusions, hidden truths, and the subconscious. It's like the reason you're feeling blocked in the Two of Swords and the reason you want to rush forward with the Knight of Wands is because you're not seeing things clearly. There are illusions clouding your judgment, and those illusions, again, are tied to the past. It could be unresolved trauma, or distorted memories, or even just a misunderstanding of your family history. Spirit wants you to understand that, like, before you make any big decisions, you need to confront these illusions, you need to go deep within yourself and uncover the hidden truths that are influencing you. So, to sum it up, what Spirit is showing me is that you're at a major crossroads, feeling stuck and wanting to break free, but you're not seeing things clearly because of illusions from the past. It is now time to move forward. And there's more to this story, so let's see what the next card has to say. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, wow, this is intense. Like, this card often represents, like, a really painful ending, betrayal, rock bottom. But what's interesting is that it's also about, like, the end of a cycle, you know? It's like, what Spirit is showing me is that this ending, even though it might feel brutal right now, is actually necessary. It's like all those illusions from the Moon, all that blockage from the Two of Swords, it's all coming to a head. Maybe this is a situation where you've been holding on to something that's no longer serving you, something that's tied to those ancestral echoes. Like, maybe you've been trying to force a decision, or maybe you've been ignoring the truth, and now it's just like exploding. It's like Spirit is saying, okay, enough is enough, it's time to let this go. And I know, that sounds really harsh, right? But think about it this way. With the Moonstone being all about grounding, this ending could actually be what you need to finally plant your feet firmly on the ground. It's like cutting away what isn't real so you can grow. You know, it's like, maybe this is the universe just clearing the path for something new, something better. Because, like, sometimes we need to hit rock bottom to realize what's truly important, right? And this Knight of Wands energy, like, maybe that impulsive urge to just charge ahead, maybe this Ten of Swords is showing you that you were heading in the wrong direction. Like, maybe you needed this wake-up call to reevaluate your choices. What's also coming through is that, like, this isn't necessarily about something being done to you, you know? Like, this could be about you making a difficult choice to end something, even if it's painful. Like, maybe you're the one pulling the swords out, so to speak, because you know that it's the only way to move forward. And the thing is, with the echoes of the past theme, this could be connected to, like, a karmic pattern that's finally being broken. Like, maybe your ancestors went through similar experiences and you're finally ending that cycle for yourself and for future generations. It's like this ending is actually a form of liberation. It's like you're freeing yourself from the weight of the past. So, yeah, this Ten of Swords, it's not pretty, but it's powerful. It's about endings, yes, but it's also about necessary endings. Endings that lead to new beginnings, endings that ground you in the present. And honestly, I'm really excited to see where this goes, okay? Because I feel like there is a phoenix rising from these ashes. So let's pull the next card and see what Spirit wants to tell you next, all right. Okay, so the sun. Oh my gosh, after all that intensity, this is like a breath of fresh air, you know? Like pure sunshine. So, after that Ten of Swords, that ending, the sun is telling me that there is joy and clarity coming. It's like, after the storm, the sun always comes out. Like, remember how we were talking about the phoenix rising from the ashes? This feels like that. But okay, hold on, because it's not always that simple, right? Because we still have to think about the moon, you know, those illusions. So, what if the sun is showing you what's possible if you really confront those illusions? Like, what if it's a glimpse of the future that awaits you if you fully embrace that ending from the Ten of Swords? Like, it is showing what could be, but that doesn't mean that it just happens automatically. You still have to do the work to get there. Okay, so, another way to look at this, the sun is about clarity, right? So, maybe after all that confusion and those hidden truths from the moon, you're finally seeing things as they really are. Like the blindfold is off, the illusions have faded, and you're like, oh, wow, okay, now I get it. You see things clearly, and the path forward is illuminated. Like, it is very, very, very clear. And remember that Knight of Wands? That impulsive energy. Maybe the sun is saying that now you can move forward with confidence, with clarity, because you're no longer acting from a place of fear or confusion. Now you are grounded and clear, and you can move forward. You can charge ahead with purpose and with joy, knowing exactly where you're going and why. But okay, let's go back to those ancestral echoes. The sun, in this context, could mean that you're finally breaking free from those karmic patterns, right? Like, maybe your ancestors were trapped in cycles of pain and darkness, but you're the one who's bringing the sunshine into the family line. You are the one ending that cycle. You are the one bringing joy and abundance, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. It's also about, like, embracing your authentic self, right? Like, shining your light, not hiding who you are. After all that shadow work from the moon and all the necessary endings from the Ten of Swords, you're finally free to be your true self, and that's what brings the most joy. You are showing the world your gifts and talents, like, without apology. And wow, is it inspiring. So yeah, the sun is definitely a positive card, but it's also a call to action. It's saying, okay, you've been through a lot, but now it's time to shine. It is time to embrace your joy, to embrace your clarity, to embrace your authentic self. It's like, what does that look like for you? What does it mean to step into the light after all of that darkness? I am so excited to see. So let's pull the final card and see what Spirit wants to reveal next, okay? Okay, so now we have the Strength card. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Like, after all that, the darkness, the sunshine, Spirit is showing you that you have the inner strength to handle it all, you know? It's like, after the Ten of Swords, after that ending, and after seeing the sun, you might be thinking, okay, now what? How do I actually move forward? And the Strength card is saying that you have everything you need within you. You really do. Like, remember the moon and those illusions? The Strength card is about, like, facing those illusions with courage, with compassion, both for yourself and for others, you know. Like, it's not about fighting those illusions, it's about understanding them, integrating them, and finding strength through that vulnerability. Like, it really is okay to be vulnerable. And, with the echoes of the past theme, this Strength card could be about having the courage to break free from those ancestral patterns, you know. Like, it takes so much strength to say, okay, this is how it was, but this is not how it's going to be anymore. Like, really claiming your power and creating a new legacy. This is all about you. And it's not just about brute force, right? It's about inner strength, resilience, and unwavering belief in yourself. That is just so beautiful. Like, this is like you finding the lion within your own personal power, but tamming it with kindness and with love. And with the Moonstone being all about grounding, this strength card is also about, finding that inner strength by connecting with yourself, by connecting with the earth, by really, really grounding yourself in the present moment. What do you need right now to feel strong? What do you need right now to feel grounded? It's like Spirit is saying, you've got this. You've been through so much, and you've come out stronger on the other side. You are a phoenix rising from the ashes, like we said. Trust your intuition, trust your inner strength, and know that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. I feel like this is like the universe winking at you, you know? It's so personal and so beautiful. I am so ready to see how this all wraps up, what final message Spirit has for you, okay? So let's pull this last card. Okay, so the Six of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is interesting, especially after the Strength card, you know? It's almost like you found your inner strength and now the world is seeing it. There's victory and recognition coming your way. But okay, let's connect this to the rest of the story, right? Remember the moon and those illusions from the past. Maybe the Six of Wands is showing that you're finally overcoming those illusions. You're breaking free from the confusion and stepping into the light, and people are noticing. It's like all that hard work you've been doing, all that inner strength you've been cultivating, it's finally paying off, and others are acknowledging your achievements. And it's like, after the Ten of Swords, that painful ending, this is like the reward for all of that, you know? The light at the end of the tunnel. So, what does this look like in real life? Well, maybe you're finally getting recognized at work for a project you poured your heart and soul into. Or maybe you're receiving praise for overcoming a personal challenge. It could even be something as simple as getting a heartfelt compliment from someone you admire. It's like the universe is sending you a sign that you're on the right path, that you're making progress, and that your efforts are not going unnoticed. And this also ties back to the Knight of Wands. Remember how you wanted to charge forward? Now you're being cheered on as you do. But okay, let's not forget about those ancestral echoes. Maybe this Six of Wands represents you breaking free from a pattern of failure or lack of recognition in your family line. Maybe your ancestors struggled to achieve their goals, but you're the one who's finally achieving victory and bringing honor to your family. It's like you're not just succeeding for yourself, you're succeeding for them too, you know? You are ending cycles. And with the Moonstone being all about grounding, this victory is even more meaningful. It's not just about external validation, it's about feeling grounded in your accomplishments, knowing that you've earned this success through your own hard work and inner strength. It's real, it's lasting, and it's yours. Oh my gosh, this is all so exciting. Okay, so the Five of Swords, I know this card can look a little intimidating, right? It often represents conflict, disagreements, maybe even feeling defeated. But what if it's actually a test, you know? A final hurdle before you can fully embrace that victory from the Six of Wands. I feel like Spirit is showing me that there might be some lingering challenges, some disagreements or conflicts that you need to address before you can truly move forward. And okay, let's be real, after that Ten of Swords, after that ending, there might be some messy loose ends, right? But here's the thing, the Five of Swords is all about how you handle those challenges. Do you choose to engage in petty arguments and try to win at all costs? Or do you choose to rise above it all and act with integrity and with grace? Remember the moon and those illusions? Maybe this conflict is rooted in some misunderstandings from the past. Maybe there are some hidden truths that still need to be brought to light. So what Spirit is saying is, before you charge into that victory, take a moment to really assess the situation, okay? Are there any unresolved issues that could sabotage your success? Are there any people you need to forgive, including yourself, or any apologies that you need to make? Because honestly, sometimes the greatest victory comes from choosing to walk away from a fight, you know? It's about recognizing that some battles just aren't worth fighting. And with the echoes of the past theme, this Five of Swords could be showing you that you're breaking free from a pattern of conflict and aggression in your family line. Maybe your ancestors were always fighting and arguing, but you're the one who's choosing a different path. You are choosing peace, you are choosing harmony, even when it's difficult. And remember that Moonstone and the grounding it brings. This is about staying grounded in your values, in your truth, even when others are trying to provoke you. Like, don't let anyone pull you down into the mud. Rise above it all, shine your light, and focus on creating a positive future for yourself and for everyone around you. Honestly, I feel like this is a really powerful message because it's about choosing integrity over ego, choosing peace over conflict, and ultimately, creating a more joyful and fulfilling life for yourself. So yeah, the Five of Swords might seem like a challenge, but it's also an opportunity to show your strength, to show your wisdom, and to create a lasting legacy of peace and love, okay? You've so got this.